The Lord, with the help of the Lord, we are headed for a great destiny. I will begin this talk with a quote from one of our greatest freedom fighters of our time, W.E.B. Du Bois. Mr. Du Bois said, he would not bleach his Negro soul in the flood of white Americanism, for he knows that the Negro blood has a message for the world. These are powerful, powerful words that are forecasting our future. We were brought here to this land in chains as slaves. Our leap from slavery to freedom has been one that our ancestors can celebrate. We gained control over the trades. We gained the foundation to usher in the steel industry in the South. We own taverns and operate industries. We have restaurants, livery stables, catering businesses. In the years between 1870 and 1901, we had 66 of our people in the legislature, Congresses, and the U.S. Congress, demonstrating that our ability and our willingness to contribute to the development of this land, of this nation. We think the great pioneers, like Maggie Walker. Maggie Walker was the first black person and woman of any color to open, charter, and run a bank. Since that time, we have opened banks in New Orleans, Louisiana, Norfolk and Richmond, Virginia, Beaufort, South Carolina, and many other cities. We have total deposits in our banks over $20 million. On our journey to this destiny, we had to learn to take the bitter with the sweet. We had to learn to take the bitter with the sweet. In the midst of our growth, in 1881, Tennessee, quickly followed by other southern states, Tennessee passed the first of several laws separating the races on public conveniences and public places. This ushered in other states to do the same thing that Tennessee was doing. The laws that were followed and codes that were followed restricted our voting rights. And among these laws and codes were the kind of law that held us back. They were designed to hold us back. Keep our citizenry from being important enough to be a part of what was taking place in America. Segregation and discrimination had the same debilitating effect. While blocking our freedom and justice and institutions to limit our opportunities, this actually backfired on them because it was a paradox. It backfired on them and opened unexpected doors for us. It caused us to come together. It caused us to build and develop things for ourselves. And we build a culture of our own. I am happy to say to our beloved friend, that segregation has given birth to a merchant class in the African American community. It caused us to have the power to develop these things. We developed over 800 newspapers for people to gather current news and world news. Between 1900 and 1910, our real estate holdings grew from 123 million to $375 million. And that passed the increase that was done by the white holdings. While I close these comments, I want to quote another great man, Booker T. Washington. Amayata has given me the task of introducing the strategy committee, who would be done by my son, Drew. He's gonna deliver that, and it's a very exciting strategy that has been put in place over the last year. But first, let me leave you with this. I had the pleasure of meeting with this courageous man who passed away 5 years ago. May the Lord be pleased with him. I met him in 1905 on his way to voting. And he told me about a speech he had given in Atlanta. He said he laid out a plan to show how the African people can benefit their success. He said, drop your bucket where you stand. He said, drop your bucket in agriculture. Drop your bucket in mechanics. Drop your bucket in the services. And drop your bucket in the professions. Well, with great pleasure, I am very glad to say to my beloved champion that we have cast down our bucket. We have cast down our bucket right here in the Greenwood district. We've cast down our bucket in Florida, in Georgia, Virginia, and as far west as Los Angeles, California. Far north is Detroit, Michigan, and the black metropolis in Chicago. And we developed the commercial and cultural development in New York City, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, and Durham, North Carolina. Including Boley, here in Oklahoma, we have established over 50 towns in Boley, in Oklahoma alone. Not counting the other towns that were established in other states. But in Oklahoma alone, we established over 50 towns. Yes, my beloved freedom fighter, we have cast down our bucket where we stand. And we have brought it up. It is filled with the opportunities that the Lord has blessed us with. It is filled all the way up to the top. We are building thousands of homes, schools, private and public. We are building numerous and fraternal clubs, hundreds of churches in all denominations. We have been blessed to be able to set up power plants, post offices, lumber yards, telephone companies. Just as in our towns, the communities that are in larger cities have countless grocery stores, restaurants, to develop department stores, and hotels. In fact, and make no mistake about it, after the many years of industrious life, we are witnessing the birth of commerce in our community. For the first time in our history, money is flowing through our communities like a river of gold. Thank you.
The river of gold building Black Wall Street. It is as real today as it was in our ancestors' time. Today we have $1.7 trillion running through our communities like a river of gold. I want to thank you, yes, all of you, for being sunny. Give yourselves a hand. I'd like to present to you our star, portraying Amma, Judy Mills, and our writer, director, producer, Imam Shahid Abdullah, playing the parts of Bishop Lumpkin and Reverend Buster. River of Gold. And I am Sister Layla. I was your So you can peruse. We're having networking. You can talk to the author and ask some questions. And we have some pizza in the back. And then that's it.
Zachariah Jackson, Baton Rouge. Good night.